What is going on, you guys? So today we are going to be trying to fix the Turdzilla. So guys, as you guys know, the other day we had some issues with the car starting after getting gas, and we've been having some issues for a little while, including through Mustang week and leading up to Mustang week. So it seems like we're having progressive basically fuel issues. So we're going to go hop in here. I can show you that. So we are in the Turdzilla, and I'm going to show you what happens when we go to try to start the car without any gas. So that time it actually started, which is unusual. It will usually not start pretty much on your first try, and you have to hit the gas. But let's try turning it off. Let's try doing it again. And unfortunately, it does not want to cooperate when I want to demonstrate. But essentially what it's doing is it'll start, fire, and then stall. And then you guys saw that in the other video where we met up with Ashley and the car wouldn't start for her. So I have come up with the idea of replacing the fuel filter. My guess is that the fuel filter progressively is getting more and more clogged, and the issue is when starting it's essentially clogged. So once the fuel gets through, it has a passageway to get through and pretty much make enough fuel to drive the car, but in times where less fuel pressure is necessary, it gets harder and harder for it to transmit fuel through. So that is my best guess on what is going on. It could be that, it could be a broken fuel line, or it could be a fuel pump. But my best guess is a fuel filter. It is only $15, and we're gonna throw that in the Turdzilla and see if that fixes our issue. And then we're gonna move the Cobra. So this is what we picked up, a Motorcraft fuel filter. The fuel filter, oops, if we don't drop it, the fuel filter on this car is located right next to the trunk, underneath the car, in between the rear end and the fuel tank. It's very easy to get to. We're just gonna jack up the car, put on 2 jack stands. It'll be fairly easy to get into. All right, so we're gonna get the car jacked up so that we can get it on jack stands and get under it. Make sure that we're safely under the dip. So we're going to use our fuel line disconnect tool. I think it's one of these two, and that's going to allow the fuel filter to come loose. Alright guys, so you can see the fuel filter is there. It looks fairly old, which is a good sign considering that we're having some issues. And we're basically going to take it right off of there. Looks like there was a zip tie on there previously, so we'll just need to cut that out and pull this out. There is going to be some fuel drip, but that's not a big deal. And for reference, this is the rear diff cover, and this is the fuel tank. So I might be curious what I found, and it looks like the fuel filter is actually bent on one end, which is not good. I did just blow on it, and it does seem to flow kinda through, but we're still gonna replace it anyways, and hope that this fixes the issue. So I did compare blowing through. I put my mouth on this side, through there, to the old one, and it does seem like this one flows a bit better. So it has the direction of fuel flow right there, so let's throw this in. Alright, so we got our new fuel filter in there. I don't think it's necessary to put a zip tie in here since it seems to be pretty held in place by this bracket. What I did notice is that this side over here, that one seemed like it actually wasn't in tight. When I pulled it off, I actually didn't use the fuel tool to take it off. So perhaps it was leaking, or maybe just a slight bit. So we're gonna start it up and see if we hear any differences while still in the jack stands, but for the most part, I do think the fuel filter was bad. I just don't know if it fixed our issues yet. Alright, so we are now going to attempt to start the car. It might take a few tries to start it just because now there is no fuel in the system. So let's go give it a try. Take it out of gear. Alright, that was to be expected because there could be air in the line. Let's try it again. Just giving a little bit of gas. And it does seem like it found some idle. we're gonna try turning it off and back on. And it does seem like it found idle that time perfectly fine. Let's try it again. So at least right now, we're not experiencing any stalling issues. So the car does seem to be running really good. We don't have any fuel leaks. So we're gonna take this off the jack stands and take it for a quick ride. And this thing is pretty much trash. And if anyone wants the old spoiler thing, definitely let us know. We'll sell it off of the car since we did not use it after the car was wrapped. Now we're gonna take the jack stands out. And now we just need to clean up. And now we can just toss the old fuel filter right in the trash, because that is never getting used again. So guys, as you just saw, a fuel filter is super easy maintenance item for your car, and we're gonna go see if it fixed it. We're gonna head over to the store in the Turdzilla and see if it's running better. And yeah, so let's go do it. All right, this should be a pretty good moment of truth. And looks like we're unsuccessful. That's unfortunate. So it's a possibility it could be a fuel pump. Let's see if driving makes it any better. Maybe there's just some less air in the lines. I don't know, but I guess we'll see. So the car does seem to be idling fine. I was having some issues with the car stalling at stoplights. So I guess we'll report back and see if the startup issue is fixed. Mainly that would also happen really bad when we got gas. So I guess we'll see if this fixes it. Alright, so we just made it over to a gas station. I'm going to try to get some gas, and usually when we get gas and turn it on, it will not start and idle after that. So let's get some, basically a full tank and see if that happens. Alright, so moment of truth. Just got a full tank of gas. And negative. My guess is there's some other issue with the fuel system that basically causes some air to go into the system. If you guys have any idea what this could be, let me know down in the comment section. The fuel filter was definitely not a bad idea to do, but looks like that did not fix our issue. And my guess is when I come over to stop right here, put my foot in the clutch, it'll probably stall out. Maybe not. Nope, there it is. See? Yeah. So I can fix this and keep it running. I just give it a gas. And then obviously fuel is being delivered because I can do that. So if you guys have any idea what that issue is, leave it in the comment section down below. I'm open to ideas. Fuel filter, I know there's a bunch of people that'll say, why are you just throwing parts at a car? Well, as you guys could see, that fuel filter was not healthy, so it's not helping things. It was on there for a while, it was bent, the fuel line was actually not on correctly, and I blew through it and it did not have the same flow as a brand new one. So for anyone who's gonna say I'm just throwing parts at the car, which we get those comments all the time when we did spark plugs, but it fixes issues. So yeah, but anyways, so if you guys have an idea of what this issue could be, leave it down in the comment section down below. Hellcat don't want none of the two valve power. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Unfortunately, we were not successful in fixing the issues that we were having. It does seem like the car is running healthier with the new fuel filter. I could definitely feel some restriction when I blew into it, and that end was kinked a little bit like that. So hopefully we could end up finding out that issue for Turdzilla. As for engine and transmission in this car, you guys know we already plan to replace those at some point. We do want to coyote swap the car eventually, but that's later down the road. It costs a lot of money to, you know, get an engine and, you know, basically the control pack and everything. So the coyote swap is gonna happen, but it's later down the road. That's something we definitely want to do. We might end up doing another 4.6 or maybe a 5.4 2-valve for this car, maybe some boost before we go to a coyote swap. This car is kind of an experiment car, and it's a car that we can make videos with, so we don't mind changing around the setup a few different times. Ashley's car here, we're going to be doing the sound tube in a few days, and we are also moving into our new house very soon, so finally we'll have a garage to work on the cars and keep the cars nice. As you can see, we have, you know, our 4 cars here, you know, Ashley's car, Turdzilla, and the Cobra over there, and then we also have the red thing. We still have that there. We're probably gonna sell it, maybe. We don't know if we're building it. We don't really know at this point. Make sure you drop a like down below, leave a comment, let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no mystery, and you and I, we got history, yeah. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy when we're in too deep. And you and I, we got history, yeah.